Howdy and welcome back to Mod and Pop Thrift. My name is Bruce. I'm a billionaire philanthropist playboy and a midnight vigilante. Let's get into it. Lots of good sales over the weekend. You guys saw some video of us picking up some good stuff, and some of that stuff sold. And we'll get into that. But this shirt I went to Galesburg and picked up. I bought it on a high bid auction for $16. It's an all over print and it's single stitch. It's like a 3/4 sleeve from the 90s. I know it's dated somewhere, 91. Really cool piece. Not one you see very often. I had it listed for like $75 a cut. Finally ended up taking a best offer for $50 to make sure that it moves, because I don't want it to not move. 16 into 50 is good, and if I'm gonna have it for, I don't know, when was it listed? If I'm gonna have it forever, I'd rather take less and just get it moved. Forever is definitely a stretch. July 1st is when this was, oh no. It says July 1st, but I ended it and re-upped it. So it's probably listed for 3 months, and then I ended it and did sell similar at $60, and then it sold for $50. Easy as that. I would definitely recommend you take the advice of the Blue Oyster Cult and don't fear the Reaper. Reaper shirts sell pretty frequently for me. I buy them when I find them. This one sold for $14.50 plus shipping. Buyers all in at $21. Hard to say when it was listed. October 17th, 22. So it's been listed a good long time. And that's the point where you just take an offer that you get, or you send deep discount offers when you get a watcher. But so it's gots to go. This is the Reaper. More t-shirts. Did well in the t-shirt front. Vintage t-shirts. MASH. I think this one is dated 1980 something. 81. Single stitch. Real small. But cool shirt. I paid, I want to say, $2 a piece for a big box of t-shirts. And this one sold for $24.90. And that was it's probably been listed for 6 weeks or so. It was listed March 2nd, all of April, and it's been listed for over 90 days, but it did eventually sell. It's a cool piece. It's the kind of thing I like to have in my store. So, and it wasn't as valuable when I saw it in the box. I was like, holy cow, that's got to be worth a fortune. It wasn't worth as much as I was hoping, but it was good. I'm just going to throw this up. The Cuisinart food processor. It weighs a lot. If you find heavy equipment in your, I feel like every Goodwill has a row of blenders and toasters and 27 Keurig coffee makers and that kind of stuff. I always look at that stuff. There are a handful of really good pieces in there. And if you find Cuisinart, it's normally good. If you find KitchenAid, it's normally good. I'm not saying pick it up always. I'm saying comp those brands. And if you pick something up and you're like, good grief, that is 3 times what I thought that thing would weigh, that is an indication that it might be made better than your average thing. And that was the case with this food processor. I paid $7 for it and $4 for the box of accessories. Anyway, it sold for $90 plus shipping. Buyers all in at $150. Here's the problem with that is it's supposed to go UPS. And I don't trust UPS is going to get the contract done in time. And I don't think they're going to get a blender that I send them today to the buyer by Thursday before they stop service. So I'll probably have to either eat some of that profit and send it USPS or send it FedEx, which I'd almost rather send it USPS and lose money than send it FedEx, because I hate FedEx. FedEx, I've found several times, and it may not be happening anymore, but they lost my business, and I'm not using them if I can possibly avoid it. I may not be able to avoid it on this, but it would come up, oh, should be your charge, $28 for this label, and then I would check the invoice later, and it was $100, and I'm like, that's crazy. It must be a fluke. And like 3 or 4 of them, and I'm like, I'm done. I'm never using them again. I don't know what the deal was, and that was probably a year and a half ago. But I don't see that problem with UPS, and I hopefully they get things worked out. But I'll let you know how that thing comes out with the shipping that. This was a super fun thing. I took the batteries out of it already. This thing like lights up. It doesn't move, but you can move it. And then it's a DJ equipment. I paid $4 for it a couple weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. Sold for $28.99, free plus shipping. The VTech doesn't always do well, but this was unusual, and I felt like it was it seemed more involved than a lot of the cheap VTech stuff that you find. And so I decided to comp it. It was a good thing I did. I got this shirt off Whatnot, and is indicative of why I don't shop on Whatnot anymore. This is a Majestics shirt, Minnesota Twins, and that's the way it was advertised. There is no marking on there, and there's a number 4 on the back. This is a little league, like house league, where they name their teams after Major League Baseball team's jersey. And it was advertised as a small men's Minnesota Twins shirt. So either the buyer didn't know or they didn't care. This is not an MLB licensed thing, so it's a bootleg, and it's just stuff like that. There's too many of those. This is not worth, I would not have bought this. And I'm trusting that the person selling it is checking and mentioning whether or not it's MLB licensed. If it's not, I wouldn't put it on my feed if it wasn't MLB licensed. Or I would say, this might be bootleg, it's a weird thing, but I did sell it on eBay, but it's just not, I sold it cheap. Just not the kind of thing that I like to deal with. These little guns, this one, the permanently attached orange thing, fell out of the end. This one is Wanted Dead or Alive, and this one is the same scale, and I couldn't find it, so I sold them together for what this one was worth, $12 plus shipping. If you're selling guns, you have to have an orange tip, and you have to have a disclaimer that eBay verbatim. You have to copy and paste it, because if you try to type it in and you make one typo, then they tell you can't list this unless you have the disclaimer that doesn't have an extra comma in it. I know from personal experience. So I just used ear plugs, cut them and put them in the ends, and then made sure the person that bought them wasn't in California, because you're not allowed to ship them to California. Right at the beginning of this winter, I picked up beach balls. Hundreds of them at Walmart on clearance for $0.25. I am not good at retail arbitrage, so I have sold 8 of the 125 that I bought for $0.25 a piece. But these 4 totaled $25 plus shipping. So, I mean, I'm doing pretty well. The other ones, I think I got the same. I don't think I've took an offer on them. So these are going to Germany, oddly enough, but they are going eBay international shipping. So should be pretty easy to get them over there. I know there's some kind of deal with a VAT number that I don't have to ship to Germany. And that's why you do eBay International, is because eBay uses their VAT number, whatever that is. Or otherwise, this person wouldn't be able to buy from me. So those have been listed a long time. I haven't sold very many of them. I've got a bunch, but I'm pretty sure I'm into the profit now. If I got 100 of them for a quarter a piece, I'm in for like 25 bucks, round numbers. And then I've sold two at 25, to two different people, a total of $25. So I've made money, and I've got a bunch, but I thought they would move a little faster. I didn't think they'd move super fast, but I thought they would move quicker. I thought I'd be selling, I'm selling them in lots of 2 for $12, and I thought I might move one every 2 weeks or so, but they're a lot slower than that. Winnie the Pooh and Piglet 2, a little bit dirty on the butt, but he has his plug, $7 plus shipping, hardly worth messing with. This, speaking of hardly worth messing with, Sons of Anarchy was a decent brand for a while. It really fell off. This sold for $8, $8.55 free shipping. Really, I mean, of Sons of Anarchy shirts, this is a really nice one. Big, huge hit on the back, nice graphic on the front. $8.55 free shipping. Don't buy Sons of Anarchy stuff unless you like it and you want to keep it, because it isn't selling for a price that makes it worth selling. And that was like a huge show, and it was a good IP for a while. Intellectual property. I realized the other day I used the term IP when I was talking about Looney Tunes. I used it twice, and I was like, maybe somebody doesn't know. IP means intellectual property. Basically, brand. Looney Tunes is a brand. Son of Anarchy is a brand. IP, intellectual property. Adidas hat, I paid $2.55 for. Sold for $10 free shipping. It should have brought more. I sent out offers. Nobody took the offers. Somebody sent me an offer. I took their offer. Ford t-shirt. Ford branded. Ford hit. Nothing on the back. Pretty simple, essential Ford t-shirt. I picked this up for $1 at a place where all the clothes are $1. Sold for $7.50 plus shipping. Buyers all in, a little under 14 bucks. It'll cost me $4 to ship, so I'll make like $8 after fees and stuff. Not bad. I mean, it's paying the bills, $8 at a time, and it only takes a minute or two to do. So I make my bread and butter selling $10 plus shipping t-shirts. With that MASH shirt that was listed for 90 days, I got a couple of these senior t-shirts, which is kind of weird that somebody would buy a graduation t-shirt, this one being new with tag, from 1981. I think it has Roman numerals on it somewhere. 1982. You want me to teach? Do you guys need a lesson on how to read Roman numerals? I don't think it's something that is common knowledge, but you can look it up, or I could add it as a segment in a video. This is vintage 1980s senior, and so like we're about to start the new school year, so it's weird that somebody would buy that now, but whatever, it is what it is. It's a cool shirt. It's single stitch 80s. Somebody's probably going into their senior year, and their mom wanted to get them a shirt that they would think was cool and nobody else would have. So there is that. So it came with the MASH t-shirt. It sold for so I paid $2 for it, and it's been listed for like 90 days. Razorback, clamshell, horror, not VHS, Betamax. And this is the right case. You would not know sitting on a thrift store shelf that this is Betamax unless you know to look for that. Betamax do better as a kind of a generality. Betamax are harder to find, and so they're a bit more desirable. The crowd that wants Betamax is willing to pay a bit more for Betamax. With that said, this sold for $10 plus shipping, so not horribly valuable in any respect, but Betamax is a niche that's a little hard to find, And so when you find them, they're going to sell. But they're media, so they're not going to sell for a bunch of money. This DS game is like made for little girls. It's Littlest Pet Shop 3 Biggest Stars Pink Team. $9 free shipping. I got it with that 3DS that I bought and made a fortune on. We bought it for $10. It sold in a day for over 100, even not working. And then turns out the guy got it and messaged me and said, "Oh, it is working. You just didn't realize it was working." And so he did all right. I did all right. Everybody did all right. This game sold for $10. Free shipping, and I'll make 5-ish selling it instead of throwing it away. The Doppler that we picked up in the last video, I think. Doppler, we picked it up on Saturday. Today's Monday. Sold for $36.99 free shipping. We paid $8. It had a 19x sell-through rate, which shocked the life out of me. I didn't realize it was that high until I was editing the video, and I'm like, holy cow. So that was definitely worth picking up. Also, did you guys see in the comments, the man himself, Lonnie Honeycutt from Shed Flips, commented on that video? Commented to tell me I'm an idiot, and I passed up a really big Bolo Batman action figure new in the package. But all the same, if Lonnie Honeycutt, the Shed Flipper himself, is checking out my channel, that's pretty cool. I knew he'd been subscribed for a long time, but I'd never seen him interact with the channel at all. And so, it's not like that video blew up or anything, so it's not like it was in his news feed, in his For You feed, in a way that it wouldn't have been otherwise. Anyhow, doctors use these Dopplers to listen to baby heartbeats. So as a father of 6, I've seen them a lot and knew what it was immediately. And I was like, I bet those aren't cheap. So I comped it. And the new ones sell for $40 too. But there aren't a lot used ones sold. And probably somebody who's looking on eBay is looking for used because they don't want to pay the full price for the new one. And they're looking on Amazon for the new one and used ones on eBay and price comparing that way instead of realizing that you get the same thing used on, or new on eBay at the price they bought it for used. Anyway, sold for $36 super fast. I didn't grab this t-shirt because it's still inside, all over print, super cool shirt. I never heard of the Code Breaker thing, and I told you guys that at the time, like it didn't register with me. It's a fighting video game thing, that like conference you can go to and hang out with people who like to play fighting video games. And the shirt has every character you could imagine from every fighting game ever on it. And just a cool thing. Anyway, I picked it up for $5 and it sold for $30 in a couple of days. And it was kind of obscure. And it's inside, so I can't show it to you in person. Let's do these. Tellero Boxer. Levi picked this up for $150 for the Virtual Boy and 8 games. And this one sold for $27. $25 plus shipping. This one sold for $23 plus shipping. So we're almost $50 back. And then this one sold for $128 plus, probably free shipping. $128 free shipping. So we are about $175 back on our $150 investment. And we're keeping the Virtual Boy, and we're keeping Wario and the 2 Mario games. Even though the 2 Mario games kind of suck, I collect Mario games. So, and that completes my console list for Nintendo of America releases consoles. I have them all complete in box except for the Virtual Boy that I don't have a box for, but those boxes are pretty expensive. We'll do this since it's right here in my hand. This I got at auction for like $250. I think it went for minimum bid. Longenberger baskets that were really collectible 6, 8, 10 years ago. For a long time, the market has come down significantly, as it does with all collectibles. But this sign, I don't know if this was put out by Longenberger or if somebody just did a really nice job painting that for their Longenberger display at their old country store or something. But if you're selling Longenberger baskets, this thing's pretty cool. $26, free shipping. I paid $2. Couldn't be a lot easier to deal with. Peoria Chiefs vintage. This is just going across the river to Washington, Illinois. Peoria Chiefs. Just a nice older jersey. Minor league stuff does pretty well. Older jerseys do well. Like, I'm talking about pre-Nike and Reebok having jerseys. This one's like sand knit or AIS, DeLong, old jerseys. This is probably early 90s, maybe even mid 80s. Cool thing. Sold for $8 plus shipping. So not worth. This one didn't fare super well, but I know I got it for $1 like forever ago. And then a Harley Davidson long sleeve shirt, Voodoo on the back. I think I may have overpaid for this when I look and see what it sold for. $20 plus shipping? I guess not. I think I paid $8 for it. But I grew up in Louisiana, so that like Louisiana voodoo vibe thing, I know that there is a market for it. $20.20, free shipping, Harley Davidson t-shirt. There's these boots that as of right this minute I can't find, and I say that, but I think they're in this box right here that I haven't filed quite right yet. I think that is actually everything. Those boots, Caterpillar branded, sold for $29.99 plus shipping, buyers all in at $42. Just nice looking boots. I wouldn't have paid $10 for them. I think I got them at Goodwill. And I think that's everything. Yeah, so that's the whole kit and caboodle. I'm not wearing hockey pads. It's the worst line from the Christopher. I love Christopher Nolan Batman movies. That's the worst line. It's funny. All right. Thanks for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, all the things that you do. We love you. We appreciate you. And we'll see you on the next one.